about it when you were 15.
I was too busy just trying to, when I was going to school, and that also was college at the same time.
Now, where were you?
I went to Sam.
Y'all forgive me. Joel and I have known each other forever, but we've never really talked about where we went to school.
When this incident happened, I had just started my freshman year at Sam Houston Senior High School, which at the time was the largest high school in the state of Texas. You had 1,600 students going to school. I graduated in a class of 800 people for senior year. And by the way, I graduated in the top tier. I graduated number 25 or something, which was considered the top tier of the school. And my grades, I have to be honest, I was a lazy student. I was a very lazy student. I would have probably done better in AP classes and all, but they always put me in the regular classes, and I always excelled in those classes.
Do you know what I did in one of my classes? My teacher was so sweet. I used to sit right next to her, not because I was teacher's pet, but because I wanted to sit right next to the bitch. She was fabulous. I would say, this isn't, listen, y'all don't know me very well, but you'll get to know me eventually. I'm one of those guys that has been very well taken care of because people like me. And I hope y'all like me, but you know I don't care. But anyway, no, I would say, this isn't my chair. I'd walk into class and say, this isn't my chair. I'm going to go and find my chair. And I would leave class, and she would let me leave class. And I won't say her name. My mother wants to kill her because we used to hang out, and I used to go to her house, and we would smoke cigarettes and drink red wine when I was 16 years old, and hang out and have a great time. You know who you are. And if you're listening, and I hope you are, because I love you, Miss.
Can I ask you a question?
Anything.
Did you have a crush on any of your teachers?
Yes.
When you were in high school?
Yes.
What teacher?
His name, and I will say his name because I have fun facts about him. His name was Rick Garcia. He was my drama teacher. And he was 23 years old. When he came to our school, we had a program for drama.
Yeah.
And he sold himself to the school by telling them, oh, this is a great story. I'm glad you brought that up. By telling them, I will have a full class. If you allow me to, give me 1 week, and I promise you, I will show you that kids in this school care about drama. I grew up in East Texas. So, nobody expects kids. You know what he did? I found out what he did years later. He paid the captain of the cheerleaders, who was gorgeous, by the way. Jeannie Pierce, if you're out there and you're listening, God bless you. She's gorgeous. He paid her $100. He paid the quarterback of the football team $100. He paid the head of the band $100. They all joined. Well, all the other kids who didn't really ever give a shit about drama joined because they joined. I joined because I wanted to be in drama. No, Rick Garcia was beautiful. And he probably still is. Holla, Rick.
Well, he was 23.
He was 23.
How old were you?
I was 16.
So he's only just a few years older than we are.
Yeah.
He's probably just a few years older, and he probably still looks good.
Oh, I forgot about the fun fact.
Oh, tell a fun fact.
The fun fact is that He taught Jim Parsons from The Big Bang Theory.
Did he now?
At Klein.
He did
High
grow up in
School.
East Texas, but he went to college.
That's not East Texas. Klein.
Oh, Klein High School.
Yes.
Yes,
That's
you're
not
right.
East Texas.
That's not East Texas.
And where I grew up was barely East Texas.
Mm-hmm.
God, I sound like I'm from the valley. Barely East Texas. Anyway, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. That sounded kind of racist.
No.
But anyway, whatever.
What sounded
Because
kind of
I did that. I did that tone, that sort of intonation of Hispanic person, and yeah, I know I love everybody. Anyway, yes, he taught Jim Parsons, and here's another fun fact. Years later, Jim Parsons and I met, and we did a show together called Psycho Beach Party at the Ensemble Theater.
Remember seeing that movie later on.
Darth Vader's coming.
I
You
know.
hear it? He's marching. That's
Do
my
not.
phone.
Yeah. Do
Anyway.
yes.
Now, girl, it's Randy Hopkins. Oh,
Okay.
I love Randy.
Oh, you are not going to answer the phone
no,
while
I'm
we're
not
doing the
answering
show.
it. I was trying to turn the damn thing off. You know how inept I am with. Girl, don't get me started on
Okay, well,
technology.
let me make my story quick because.
Oh, sure. Do whatever you want
Because
to.
the reason
guess
why
what? We have a lot of time.
Yeah.
So
the reason why I asked that question was because when I was in high school at Sam Houston Senior High School, I had two teachers that I was actually just enamored with. I had Mr. Gonzalez, who was my government economics teacher. Mr. Gonzalez was a tall, burly man in his 40s. Just beautiful.
He already sounds good, tall and burly.
Just beautiful. This man used to wear jeans so tight. I could see all kinds of stuff going on. And he would teach our class. And this man had a full gray beard. He had the gray hair. He was just the most amazing teacher. And he taught me a lot about government. But at the same time, I would stay after class intentionally just because I wanted to be near him.
Oh, I hear you.
And I think that that's what got me started on the idea of, one, my love of older men at the time, because most of my 20s was spent with older men.
Well,
most of my 20s was spent with older men. I never
didn't know that. I didn't know that.
never dated anyone my age group, ever. There was the one person, but we can't have that conversation.
Why can't we have that conversation?
Because that conversation leads to another conversation about a birthday,
well,
some knives,
let's
some
other
other
let's
stuff.
have that damn conversation.
And no, we don't want to have that conversation because I want to.
Conversate is now a word.
Yes,
so
but we're not going to have that conversation simply because I want to bring that up on another show.
Okay.
But the thing is that
teaser.
I had and Mr. Rabinowitz.
It has to be Rabinowitz.
Mr. Rabinowitz, my sociology teacher, who was just a brilliant man. He is just brilliant. And I was like, I think I know what kind of men that I liked at the time. I like super smart men. I really do. And to this day, something happened at work a couple of weeks ago. We had a group of scientists come in to work, and I nearly lost my shit. Because I'm like, wait a minute.
Well, you don't want to do that.
I nearly lost it. I nearly creamed my pants because
there's a health code violation.
I nearly creamed my pants because the waitress comes. One of the girls who was waiting on them says, "Hey, I'm waiting on a group of scientists." I went, "What? How dare you?" She goes, "Oh, they're just so boring, and they're talking about science stuff and everything else." And I'm like, "Can I take over that table? Because I love and super intelligent men. I really do.
There's nothing wrong with that. I love super intelligent men too.
There's something about.
But I also love. Anyway, Never mind. I was going to say something.
But those were my favorite.
mind.
That's why I asked you that question, because my two favorite teachers in school.
Oh, really? Rick Garcia.
Were older men who were, and I used to hang out after class.
He wasn't that much older. He had just graduated from college, and I think he was 23. He may have been 24. But girl, I had a problem with my Spanish teacher because I was rather popular in school, and so, we kind of bullied her. Her name was Randa Rains. Randa Rains, if you're out there, girl, I'm here and I'm sorry. She took me outside the class and she said, "I'm begging you, give me my class. Just give me my class." And she started crying. Girl, stop. You got it. Whatever you want, you got it. But where I went to school, there were a lot of young teachers. But Rick Garcia was a great teacher, a great mentor to all of us, and I'm sure he did a great job. I know he did a great job teaching Jim Parsons. But I have to say something. Jim Parsons, if you're listening, you never thanked him. You should, motherfucker.
Well, that really gets back to the question.
You should thank the people who actually helped you on your way, and that's the truth. Because Rick Garcia was a wonderful teacher. Wonderful. And so, I love you, Jim. Love you. You look great in that string bikini, honey, on stage. We were the only two people who got reviewed. We were the only two cast members.
He wore a string bikini?
Yes.
How did he get away with that?
Oh, it was fabulous. Oh, no. The show was a camp show, and it was Charles Bush, actually, is the one who wrote Psycho Beach Party, and it was a stage play, and the thing
he turned that into a movie, by the way.
Yes, and it was a horrible movie.
Actually, I loved that movie.
Charles Bush was in it.
I loved that movie. I felt like it was...
Really?
I really did love that movie.
Well, I guess I didn't love it because I know the stage play.
Yeah, I know. But you know what I loved about that movie? It was so campy. It was so...
The stage play.
And I was going through a phase where I used to love the Beach Party movies.
Yes.
And that Sonicello and...
Yeah, there were
Frankie Avalon and all that other stuff.
I did 11 costume changes, and every costume change was more fabulous than the last. And, oh no, Jim Parsons and I were the only ones who got reviewed. I don't remember his review, of course, because it was a million years ago, but I'll never forget mine. Of course, I'll never forget mine. They said, and it was a period piece, if you will. It was very camp, and Charles Bush loves the old school Hollywood
but he loved
style.
But he loved it from the 50s, and I respected that.
Yeah.
I respected
that. So my review was amazing because I was the mother, and my review had said, what had happened was, it said, girl, I was a refreshing remembrance of both Joan Crawford and Divine. Girl, snap.
Okay, when you're compared to Divine, that's
Joan
the ultimate.
Crawford.
No.
And Divine.
When you're compared to Divine, that is the ultimate compliment.
Yes,
that
queen.
is the ultimate compliment.
Yes, queen.
When you were compared to Divine, that is the ultimate compliment.
But Joan Crawford, the queen of camp, God rest her soul. She was also a very good actress in her heyday. But girl,
but her heyday,
she liked the nip of gin. So she was.
She also loved wire.
She
hated wire hangers and everything else. But
I don't know about that shit. That's folklore as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that how you say it? Folklore?
Is it because she actually had a
daughter?
daughter?
I don't know if that's the proper terminology.
No, I understand.
Folklore. But girl, That was a great review.
Mhm.
Anyway, the producer's husband came in and